How they do it, it's like, I don't know how you can make someone pay like $100 plus, $200 plus to go out and suffer for 2+ hours, but they figured out a way how. Oh, good news, you guys! I got some new sunglasses here. Check this out. Got them at Dollar General for $2. And it's for a good cause too. They support the money goes towards the literacy concept. I don't know. I can't read it. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Hey, I thought I'd do something kind of different this week. I wanted to update you guys a little bit on my running. I like to run a lot. I run marathons. I've run a marathon. My PR is 2:25. I ran that at Duluth Marathon in 2019. I think my 10K is like 32:30 something. My 5K, I don't know what my PR is for that. But anyways, I like to run a lot, and I thought it'd be something kind of cool. A friend mentioned to me that it would be kind of something he'd be interested in if I shared like a little bit of what I'm doing when I'm getting ready to train for a race, when I'm doing my workouts leading up to the race, and how I go about that. Yeah, I've been running since high school. I ran in college for a D3 school, UW Stevens Point. It was a really good experience, and then after I started working, then afterwards I thought, I don't know if I want to do marathons. It's a lot of time commitment. As time went on, I realized, like, you know what? Life's happening today. No one's guaranteed tomorrow. I want to do a marathon, even if it's a ton of work. So I'll take you through a little bit of what I do when I train, my favorite places to run, and just a little bit of inside there. So this is kind of new introduction to the vlog. So if you guys enjoy the segment, let me know. Say something in the comments. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe. So this will be kind of like a little running segment. I'll try to do like a little 5-minute thing every week or some amount. So I ran for UWSP. I ran 5K, I think, in 14:52 in college. Steeplechase like 9:11, 9:12. 1500 at like 4:00:00. Didn't break 4. That's a 1500 at the mile, in case it's not as fast. It's like a 4:18 converted mile. I ran 800 in 2 flat. I never broke 2 in college. I don't think I have in my life. So mostly distance. So I got into doing marathons in like 2016. I had sort of a family member that got diagnosed with like a life-changing disease, and I thought to myself, you know what, like, this person was young, they're like my age. I thought, we're not guaranteed anything. Running isn't forever. It's just a temporal thing. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I can today, because I felt like that was a good decision to go out and be thankful for what we have today. And sign up for, my friend told me about the Madison Marathon. He said it's a really good one. I should look into it. So I signed up for it. Man, those marathons are expensive, you guys. Let me tell you, I don't know how they do it. It's like, I don't know how you can make someone pay like $100 plus, $200 plus to go out and suffer for 2+ hours, but they figured out a way how. So marketing people, take a look at marathon event planning. That's like, man, if you can get someone out there to just run till they puke and pay you $200, like, that's a good marketing team. That's a pretty good strategy they got going on. So I paid for the marathon. I just got a plan. I think it's Hal Higdon's plan online. He's really great. If you've never run a marathon, you just start out looking at, you know, like really easy. I said I was like an intermediate or advanced runner, so he gives you like, let's see, you start out, your long run's like 8 miles, and after 6 weeks your long run turns into like 12 miles, 13 miles, and he kind of has you do this, and then about 3 weeks before the marathon you start to taper. So the longest I think I did run 20 miles, and that was quite a bit. So I remember for that, it was really hard getting out the door to run like 20-mile runs by myself. And so a friend of mine encouraged me to look up a local running group in my area, and he invited me out to run. I live in Wisconsin, so it really helped a lot in the middle of winter when it's dark for most of the time. So we'd get my long runs in on the weekends, Saturday morning, like 7 a.m. I'd get out and get that 15, 16 mile run I needed in. And then on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'd try to do my fast work. And then the rest of the days, I'd just try to hit mileage. So I'm the sort of runner that needs like a lot of miles in order to be faster. I'm not like super quick naturally. I don't really have any sort of I don't have any sort of like quick turnover. Like I can't run 30 miles a week and run like 4:15 in the mile. I'm more like the guy who needs to run about 80 miles a week and then can run like low 15 5Ks like right now. And if I train for it, I could probably break 15 on a fast-ish course. Sounds cocky, but I mean, I think I ran like a 15:06 last fall. So I did a half marathon by myself. I did an out and back. I don't know if that's the best idea. So started near my friend Clavin's house and ran 6.5 miles out and turned around and ran back. And he met me in his car at the 6.5 mile point with the water. It was all country roads. I live in the middle of Wisconsin, so there's a lot of like no traffic areas, really easy to get out and just move. If you live in a city, I'm sure it'd be more difficult. Did my half marathon, a lot slower than I wanted to. I forget what it was. It was like by myself. It was kind of forgettable. It was a really hot day. I went at like 4 o'clock after work. It was not a good time to do it. I should have done it on like a Saturday morning at like 6 a.m. That probably would have been the best. I think I ran like 1:20, 1:18 maybe. I think I ran like 1:18. And then I rolled into the marathon. So finished the training cycle and the Madison Marathon. I think I ran 2:47. And the whole time I ran right next to this girl, and everyone was cheering for the girl. Like, oh, look at that girl. Let's go. And all her coworkers came out and everyone was cheering for her. So it really felt like I was like just the second most important person in that pack of 2 people. So I ended up running by her for the sake of, I thought, hey, if I get out and I die and I come back, at least I won't have to see her anymore during the race and hear all this, look at that girl beating all those guys. And if I get out in front of her, that'll be good too. So she was a very talented runner. I think she ran like 2:40 something or another. It was kind of a hard time with my family. One of my family members went through kind of an illness, so we were in the hospital a lot for that. I just stopped running as much. Coming out of that, I needed something to like put a lot of energy into, so I started running a lot more. I knew I had the Boston Marathon coming up. I didn't really care about it at the moment, but I was thinking, just because life was so much happening right now and it was tough for me to get my head out of that space. So I started training. I called up some friends who are good runners, asking for advice. I called my friend Brandon. He's a coach for college. I forgot what college it is. It's a good college. And I said, hey, if I want to run like I saw you ran a 2:22. How do I run that fast? And he goes, Tim, if you want to run longer and faster than you ever have, you have to train longer and faster than you ever have. So you have to run more miles. You've got to go at a faster pace. And it was really obvious things, but like he was right. So I started running more than, I think I was running 10 miles a day, and that's what my body could do at this point. So I started doing 2-a-days. I'd run like 8 in the morning, 7 at night. And then weekends, try to get like a 16, 17 mile run, long run in. I get one of those in a week. And then on workouts, I'd try to get like faster work in. I called up my friend Terry, who gives me these long tempos, like 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And you just do these cycles for like, you end up with like 7 miles at the end of the workout, just kind of running around, finding hills, talking to other runners who'd done Boston before, talking to other runners who'd done Boston before. I asked for their advice. I went and found some hills to run on because Boston's really hilly. It became kind of a fun thing, and I knew in my head that for me, all of racing, if you want to do well in a race, it's everything you do leading up to that day. It's very little what you actually do during the race. So meaning you have to show up to the event and you've got to give it your best effort that day. But your best effort that day might be able to cut off 30 seconds as opposed to an average effort from you. Whereas if you train for like 9 months ahead of time and put the work in here, you might be able to cut off like 15 minutes of your marathon. So showing up the day of is important. The training, I think, is like very, very important. That's coming from like a good amateur runner. Maybe if I was at the top, like a professional runner, it wouldn't be the same. Maybe I would think racing is like so much more important. And you got to figure out mentally how to get yourself in a position. And it's different at the top. I'm not there. So how Boston Marathon works is you go into downtown Boston, get on a bus. It takes you 26 miles out of the city, west to Hopkinton. You go to some middle school, sit in tents. That day was pouring rain. It's 38 degrees and pouring rain. And there was a breeze. There was a wind blowing 20 to 25 miles an hour out of the east to the west. So if you figure that out, like you're running into a headwind the entire marathon. So all my friends were like, go out there and have a good time. But I was thinking like, man, this isn't a good time. I was like, let's get a good time and get this done with, you know? So that helped. I think the bad weather helped. And I ended up having a really good day. Training in Wisconsin helped. I placed a lot better than I expected. So my PR before that was 2:47, and I ran a 2